Good day, y'all. Welcome back to TJ's Modeling Bench. Today is Friday, June 14th, Flag Day in the United States of America. Happy Flag Day. Just popping in here, short little video to show you a few of the shop accessories I've recently picked up and a stash ad. I've still got a couple things yet to show up in the mail. A couple of them got delayed a little bit for whatever reason, but this is mostly benchtop stuff and a little bit of decor for the shop. So let's start with one of the things that I ordered was some new cotton swabs. All right, these are the little tiny ones. I think Tamiya sells these in packages. They're very little things. But I found a bulk package of them on that that website that's named after a river. You know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, I've got, I don't know how many are in here even. There's 4 packages. Is that right? Yeah. 4 packages, and it looks like there's probably 40 or 50 in each pack. So in my mind, that's a good deal. This is what I have already on hand. These are a little bigger and they're double-ended, whereas these are only the one end. I use these actually to clean out the color cup in my airbrush, and I use it for a few other things. I know when I did the weathering on the D50 pickup, I used these a little bit to soak up a little excess of the mineral spirits that I was using. So these are really handy in the shop. I love them. And nothing against Tamiya. They're trying to make money too. But I got a much better deal on Amazon. So that's one of them. The other thing, I'm always adding more sanding sticks and sanding tools. So another bulk item that I found on Amazon, and I have some of these already that are a different brand but very similar. These square sanding pads, right? So this is the 2000 grit. All right, the package that I ordered, you can see it's a large package. There's actually 9 different grits, and there are 6 of each grit. So that should last a good long time. And I think they're wet dry, so you can use them wet or dry. I'm pretty sure they are. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty positive that they are. So I love that. I gotta find a place to store all these. The desktop's starting to get a little cluttered actually. What else have I got here? Oh yeah. So I already had on hand this Fisherman's tie flying wire. So it's a 2-pack of 0.02 inch or 0.5 millimeter rolls, and that can be used for, that could possibly be used for spark plug wires. Might be a little bit big, but you can use it for other hoses and cables and whatnot in various locations. Airplanes, a lot more use of this probably in airplanes, in landing gear bays and wheel wells for different piping and wiring maybe. But, so I had that on hand already. But I picked up this roll, and this could definitely be used, I'm sure, for ignition wires, spark plug wires perhaps. This is rosin core solder wire, but it is 0.3 millimeters, so it's slightly smaller still than the stuff I already had on hand. And I think in my wish list I still have a roll of this that's actually 0.8 millimeter. So I'll have 0.3, 0.5, and 0.8 millimeter eventually. So those are good things to have. Scratch builders, additional detailers. So that, And then the other thing, so I love Tamiya tape, and they come in these little dispensers like this. And I have 18 millimeter. I think the other one is 10 millimeter and 6 millimeter maybe. So, and I have one of each size of these. But you know, when they're on the desktop and you're shuffling them around, and they kind of get in the way when you've got 2 or 3 of these on the bench while you're trying to work. So what I found was this dispenser, and it's got the cutting edge. You can take this out and flip it over, and it's got a larger tooth. So I've got on the top right now, I've got the smaller tooth cutting edge, which I think is better for what I'm doing, and it closely matches what's already on the dispenser from Tamiya. So as you can see, I've got 2 rolls of the 18 millimeter. This I think is actually, I think this one is Tamiya tape 18 millimeter. There's a color difference there, but I know these 2 are Tamiya because I just opened them. As well as these other 2 smaller ones. This one I think is the 10 millimeter, and that one is 6 millimeter. And I actually got 2 of these. It was a 2-piece package. So the other one's here in the box. I don't necessarily think I need both of them. What I'm gonna do is get another roll of the 10 and the 6 millimeter. As soon as this 18 millimeter is used up, I'll take it out and replace it with more of the smaller, so that I've got them all on one accessible roller. You know, it's just, I can set it there when I'm masking things. I can pick and choose which size I need for the moment, and it's all right there, and it's just one thing. It's not 3 separate dispensers in my way. So this I think is a really handy idea. Also on Amazon, so look for that if you want one. There's several different retailers of this, several different options. Some are much larger, like for you know, masking tape rolls. Sorry, like this. And I have these on my pegboard behind you. I don't know. Maybe I can show you that. No, probably not. I have to do that when it's not recording. Anyway, so I've got tape everywhere. I use tape for all kinds of stuff. So there's that. Another thing I picked up, and I've been wanting one of these for quite a while, and just hadn't really bit the bullet on it. And then I was watching one of Mark Batson's videos, Hobby Dude 007, and that is a contour gauge. So I know a couple other modelers I've watched use these. So let's say, for instance, you're cutting the doors out from your body, right? Your automobile, and you want to hinge the doors and have them open. Well, most kits, if the doors aren't already opening, when you cut those out, you're lacking the interior thickness of that door. So you've got the interior door card and you've got the exterior door panel, but you don't have that thickness in between, right? And in order to get the curve of the inside of that door panel, that's right, you use one of these. So as an example, I have this dispenser here, and we'll just take a look at this curve, you know, and imagine just imagine that's the curvature of the inside of your door panel. So you just lay that into it, give it a good press, right? Now you've got that contour. You can lay that over a piece of thin plastic cardstock, trace it out, and then cut it. You may have to do a little bit of sanding and trimming after the fact to get it just right, but you're going to get a lot closer to just right using one of these than trying to eyeball it and sand and cut and sand and cut. This will get you there a lot quicker. So that's a good deal. And it's not light, it's all metal. I think I paid less than $10 for this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and this is, in fact, I believe this is even the same model manufacturer that Mark Batson showed in his video. General is the brand. So look for that. Okay, I think that's it for benchtop tools and additions there. The next items are more for decor in the shop. They're signs, you know, kind of like this one right up here. That, yeah, well, that's my sense of humor anyway. So they're tins, and I've been more of an airplane guy, so I'm trying to add a little bit more of the automotive feel to it now, since I'm doing more of that. I'm still doing airplanes as well, but more of the automobiles. So the first one is this. Let me see. Hold on a second. Sorry, I've got a Post-it note over my screen on my phone, so I record with my iPhone, and it's easier for me to connect if I'm looking right here at the camera rather than over here where the screen is and looking at myself. Looking at myself kind of gets me, I lose track, you know, I don't know what it is. I mean, that guy's ugly. Why would you want to look at him anyway? So I put a Post-it note over the screen just to help keep me from being distracted. Anyway, so there's that one. I like that one a lot. Let's see, how many of these? Okay. And then this one, I don't know what kind of car this is just by looking at it. It's probably nothing, it's probably not a real car, but it takes elements of real classic automobiles. And speaking of a real classic, check her out. Yeah? That's my kind of woman right there. Little shallow maybe, but she still looks good. Next one, and this is kind of funny. So Paul at Left Coast Model Builds, I think it was his, showed a short video, a YouTube short. I think it was from him. It might not have been him. Anyway, this car, but with like a stack of 3 or 4 superchargers and a blower hat on top. I mean, it was definitely overkill. I'm not enough of an auto mechanic to know if adding that much really improves anything other than just the way it looks. And to me, it actually looked kind of ridiculous with all that. That's personal. But that's cool. I like that. Now, like I said, the one in the video had like 3 or 4 superchargers stacked on top. I mean, it was kind of neat, but not at all a practical application of any of that stuff as far as I know. Established the year after I was born. And then another classic, and I'll tell you what, this model, she's popular. Whoa! All right. She looks good in red too. What is that? Is that a Packard maybe? Possibly, or modeled after a Packard. I don't think, other than that chopped down car, I think everything else is kind of based on real cars, loosely based. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody point me out. Point it out if I'm wrong on that. Another fitting sign for the room. And then this one is probably my favorite of the bunch. She's wearing the wrong hat. That's more Navy than Air Force, but I'll give her a pass. Yeah. Now that's the ticket right there. Wow. All right. And then lastly, the last sign I have, and it kind of goes along with this one up here. It's probably going to go on the outside of my door coming into this room. I saw this on somebody else's channel recently, and I thought, ooh, I got to get one of those. Because it's very accurate. Wouldn't you agree? But you know what? Hey, if you don't let your inner child come out every now and then, you become a dull old man. So, let your child out. Play a little bit. All right, last but not least, I do actually have a stash ad, and this one is not an automobile. Sorry, I'm starting to get plenty of those up here. Of course, in the view you're seeing one airplane there, but trust me, there's a lot more automobiles on the shelf than what you're seeing. Anyway, this one, there's a history to this for me. Well, let me go ahead and show you first. All right, so it's the ICM B26B Marauder in 1/48 scale. The last one I had seen was only 1/72 scale. Anyway, that's all I got to show you today. I am still doing a little bit of work on the Camaro. I'm actually waiting on a paint order to arrive before I proceed much further. I ordered MCW finishes, and it's likely to show up today in the mail. But before I can really go forward anymore, you can see now this engine compartment is not glued in; it's just fitted in there for the moment. But you can see I painted it in flat black, and I kind of rethought that. I need to paint it in my body color, which is brown. I could use my Tamiya browns and come close, but I think I'm gonna wait till I get my MCW finishes and do it in the actual body color brown before I go in and start to detail the different reservoirs and the battery and whatever else is in there. And I'm still debating. I might, since I've got the items to do it, I might add like air conditioning hoses and other appropriate items for under the hood. But that's upcoming. That'll be the next video. Look, y'all, today, like I said, is Friday. It's actually my Sunday. I go back to work tomorrow, but I hope y'all have a great weekend. I hope the weather's good for you. And if it's not good for you, I hope you're able to find plenty of time at your modeling bench. Peace and love.